who knew I would make it this far. They hated, they never believed me. Yeah, I would never drop the ball. I know I make it look easy. Yeah, Mayweather with the defense. I don't care what a critic got to say. I got them picking up the pieces. That to me, you really playing with your life. I'm about to come and run it all back. I'm the new era, about to snap back. You ain't fitting for it, cause you all cap like. Hold up, I shoot my shot, wait, hold up. I'm really about to run this, go up. You know it's all net when it go up. Ain't got no other plans, you don't need to understand, ayy. We on overtime, you don't need to understand, ayy. You just show them how to do it when you don't know what to say. Tell me how you plan to win if you plan to play the same. Moving fast, already gone, yeah, but you bringing me back. Try to double cross me, dog, just let me relax. Stop assuming what we doing. Keep it moving, what we doing. Cause it can get dangerous. Cause it can get dangerous. Cause it can get dangerous. Ay, please don't play no games with me. I promise I'm too much. Ay, I can never let up even if you had enough. Ay, this ain't for the faint of heart. We always playing rough. I had enough, it ain't luck. I needed a vision, I needed ambition, I needed a mission to beat a submission with no intermission. I see the collision, the crash and the distance ain't coming off track, no. Now when they ask what's the motive, don't talk, I just show them. They all about to see what I mean in the moment. I gotta keep going, I'm shaking the dice and I'm keeping it rolling. They already know. Ain't got no other plans, you don't need to understand, ayy. We on overtime, you don't need to understand, ayy. You just show them how to do it when you don't know what to say. Tell me how you plan to win if you plan to play safe. Moving fast, already gone, yeah, but you bringing me back. Try to double cross me, dog, just let me relax. Stop assuming what we doing. Keep it moving, what we doing. Cause it can get dangerous. Cause it can get dangerous. Cause it can get dangerous.
Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll. And it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Ayy, on the road, here we go, here we go. Yeah, we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming on my landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command like.
On the fine.
Yeah, look, tell me what's the vibes, what's the mood? Yeah, I just hit up Mikey for the juice. Yeah, ain't no capping, I'ma tell the truth. I've been winning for so long, it's hard to lose. Yeah, deal, be my source, Christian like Dior. Yeah, I can't start when I'm far, just get back up. Yeah, I've been quiet all along on my TP toes. Yeah, I can't keep it to myself, I just give and go. I'm a visionist, yeah, you can't picture this, yeah. Ain't no way you cannot work me, boy, I live for this. Yeah, sipping essential, that's the essentials, I'm influential. Yeah, straight fundamental, that's fundamental, on instrumentals. Yeah, speed of the tempo, yeah, we got potential. Shoot a movie like I'm Denzel, running my route to the end zone. And they still can find me, man, you know where to find me. I'm tryna get me a Grammy so I can dedicate it to my granny. Look, tell me what's the vibes, what's the mood? Yeah, I just hit up Mikey for the juice. Yeah, ain't no capping, I'ma tell the truth. I've been winning for so long, it's hard to lose. Yeah, deal, be my source, Christian like Dior. Yeah, I can't start when I'm far, just get back up. Yeah, I've been quiet all along on my TP toes. Yeah, I can't keep it to myself, I just give and go. Yeah, I just turn my L's into W's. Yeah, I just told my sins, yeah, I'm done with you. Yeah, stay in your lane, don't you pick and choose. I can't waste my time, I got a lot to lose. To the game that we all on, they was doubting us all along. Now we charting in Hong Kong, what competition, they all gone. Bless, stress, play the game like it's chess. We next, that's a check, over stripes, yeah, yeah. Look, tell me what's the vibes, what's the moves? Tell me what's the vibes, what's the moves?
I can't take no loss. I don't even my self-esteem been better. Gotta keep on chugging. Ran through everything in front of me. Might smoke bed in heaven. Got a whole agenda. Can't aspire to get ahead, so bump that. It's no surrender. Got a dollar flipped up. I'm trying to get an NFT to get them when they're hand and crypto. Learn how to fix that. I don't really hold out of books, but I'ma learn how to fix that. Some opportunities and never come unless you paying attention. So no, I can't miss that. Moving. MVP, I got the record. I might have to prove something. Big jumper worthy. They gon' have to retire my jersey early. Whole crew coming. Had to work something cause I had nothing in my pocket. Yeah, I did all that. Big plans. Partners trying to make profits. Yeah, I did all that. Work, sweat, and tears breaking even no ends. Yeah, I did all that. Had to make it happen. Putting hours in my practice. I did all that. Yeah, I can't take no loss. Yeah, I don't even know what it costs. I hit the ground then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground then it go off. Yeah, I can't take no loss. Yeah, I don't even know what it costs. Yeah, I hit the ground then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground then it go off. Yeah, run.
Fast life, the fast living. They see the ambition, they know I'm past driven. Look, we are not the same, this is not a game. I be swerving through the city in and out of lanes. Yeah, cause if I see it, then I want it, then you better know I got it. Ain't no options, I'm about to do the damn thing. I'm an outlaw, you can never catch me. I'm in first place, you can never. These are the moments, only got one life. This is your moment, whether wrong or right. You're your own enemy, your own enemy, your own enemy.
Kia ora and welcome to day 3 of our New Zealand Māori hockey tournament. Tāne semi-final number 2 here between Waiariki Kōwhai and Waikato Maniapoto B, A. We've just finished our Tāne semi-final number 1. Tamaki Makaurau coming out on top of that one and booking their spot in tomorrow's final. This game here will decide who will join them in tomorrow's gold medal match Monday here at Māori Hockey Tournament. I'm joined in commentary by Uncle Kahuripia. Kia ora Kahu, thanks for coming in. How has the tournament been so far?
Kia ora, Ben. Previous game to it, we saw a sprinkling of young fellas that haven't been around at all, and they certainly made their mark. Looks awesome.
Yeah, we obviously haven't had a tournament for a couple of years now, and it's awesome to be back down in Te Waipounamu. Obviously last time hosted by Te Wai was in Christchurch, and beautiful to be here in Nelson. You're looking forward to the next couple of days and the games coming up?
Yeah, well, you know, it's been a long time between drinks that we've managed to come down to Te Waipounamu, or to, and in particular this first time ever, to a Whakatū, Nelson. Been brilliant, and look at the weather today. It's been very similar to my hometown in Gisborne. It's just been awesome, and you know, looking forward to the remainder of today's play, and obviously the finals tomorrow will be a ripper.
Yep. Absolutely, as we see the teams come together here in their last preparations, will be Waiariki Kōwhai in their yellow strip and Waikato Maniapoto A in their new purple and yellow strip there, sporting the new uniforms this year. Waikato Maniapoto, both teams obviously winners of their quarterfinals yesterday, and today's semi-final will decide who plays Tamaki Makaurau in tomorrow's gold medal match.
Yes, it'll be very interesting, Brad. These two have battled it away over the years to get their prime spot in the finals, and both teams have come with that intention of meeting Tamaki in the final. No, tēnā ātāhua ngā kākahu, ngā kara o ngā kākahu, beautiful. And to be representing their home rohes, it's inspiring to see them here, and to be able to play in at such a great calibre.
As we see the teams come out here into the middle of the field, Waiariki Kōwhai led out by Denham Clark, and Waikato Maniapoto A by Dylan Thomas, two players there that have played right up to national levels. Fantastic to have them both here representing their rohe again, and it is a big semi-final. It's going to take a lot from both these teams to get over the line here, and fantastic to see them all out here as the crowd has got bigger, the crowd has got louder. Here they are, ready for today's semi-final.
It's pretty full up in the pavilion too, Brad. They'll come out at different stages, but both these teams have a sprinkling of New Zealand Māori hockey senior players that have participated over the years in recent time at the Heritage Trophy in Auckland. So yeah, you know, all goes well for a great spectacle, and I'd hate to pick it at the moment, Brad, to be honest. Both teams are playing exceptionally well, so it'll be an awesome game.
Yeah, absolutely. As you mentioned, experience right across both teams, and as I look at the team sheets, you know, we've got the likes of Nick Parata, Billy McSkimmon, Dylan Thomas, Scott Barnett, all out there for Waikato Maniapoto. And as we look across the other side, hard to look past the likes of Tingarangi Tauira, Hui Timitai Ngātai, Tūterangi Rahuruhi, all across this Waiariki team. And yes, they may be missing the likes of Leo Mitai Wells and Tūwharetoa Hapu, who I'm sure are both watching along from wherever they are at the moment. There's some young, exciting talent coming through this Waiariki team, and some boys that have played their hockey for Te Kura Kaupapa Māori o Ruamata under Tingarangi Tauira, who will get their opportunity out here today.
In the Waikato side, Brad, it's great to see Scott Barnett back. He's been away for a few years, maybe looking a little bit wider around the midriff, but he's I think he probably still up in that goal tally, looking for that goal scoring trophy. Billy McSkimmon, he's been awesome over the years too.
Yeah, and that was Scotty Barnett just taking a hit off there for Waikato Maniapoto. They're going to send them back into their own end, but anybody that knows this Waiariki team knows Denham Clark on the ball here has a big bomb. Will relieve pressure there, and it's going to get its way down to Tūterangi Rahuruhi, past Jury Hedawini up there, and they'll get the ball there at Waiariki Kōwhai. Hard to pin them down in their own end there, Waiariki, when Denham Clark has the cannon out of the back. Just to relieve pressure, and Gregan Maui will link in there with Clark and Granger Church there. Awesome to see Granger and Tenga out here, migrating towards the back of the field. Similar to the Waiariki Kahurangi team, they had the Kaumatu out the back of the field. And
you know, Denham's been a world of experience at the back. You know, and considering he's one of the few players that have actually come over from Tauranga to be with the Waiariki team over the years. I'm sure there's more Māori players over there. Goodness.
Yeah, we're getting there. Yeah. We'll pile them all together and get them over the hill.
Yeah, but he, you know, in terms of the Waiariki team in particular, oh, there goes a shot.
Yeah, Scotty Barnett again. As soon as he hits the edge of that circle, it's away. It's just wide of the goal there, but early intentions there from Scotty Barnett. Yeah,
because, you know, like a lot of these Waiariki guys play for the Aces, and Denham just slots in year by year without a problem. But yet, Scotty's never too far away from scoring goals, that's for sure.
Yeah, and here come Waiariki Kōwhai's Hui Timitai Ngātai. Works up the left-hand side of the field here. He was fed by Tingarangi Tauira, linking up with Jury Hedawini at the top of the circle. Just unable to link up there with Tūterangi Rahuruhi.
Waiariki boys debating the umpire's call.
Yeah.
I'd hate to be an umpire these days, mate. Changes.
Yeah, both the boys looking at doing their best Titanic pose there. Neither of them getting it. They'll keep the long corner though, Waiariki.
Well, the pace of the game is such that, you know, you've got to be right on top of the ball to be able to give a genuine call.
And Vance Harvey there, just not able to get his shot away. Good to see Vance down here. And of course from Whakatane. Vance, good to see him.
Jay, is that right?
And here comes Jury Hedawini. He's the linking up with Tūterangi Rahuruhi. Again, unable to get the shot away. Jury Hedawini this weekend acting as coach, captain and everything else. As Jury, while Tingarangi Tauira has been resigned to the management duties.
Yes.
Here comes Hoiti Matainata, just trying to work around the edge of that 25-yard zone. He'll roll the ball back out to Rangitoira. There's Church and Harvey in the midfield. Here is Denham Clark. He'll just have a look forward. And it's fallen well there to Gregan Maui. One of the fastest players going around here this tournament. Plays touch for New Zealand touch as well.
Oh, is that right? Well, you can see that.
And the touch. Big call there. Why did you go and ask about it? Doesn't matter, the whistle's already gone.
Yeah, just taking both teams a little while to settle down now. The spirit in which the game is played is obvious right now. Emotions come into it, that's for sure. And the skill factors are awesome.
Yeah, and here's Hayata Taylor. Just transferring the ball across, he finds Hoiti Matainata, who's got Te Huatahi Edmonds up there. Good ball movement, but it's sent away there by Waikato Maniapoto, and they come forward here. A little isolated, and they link up there. Numbers are good for Wairiki. And the recycle good there. That's Nōpera Hohepa out there playing for Waikato Maniapoto. And here's Nick Parata. Just chopped in, yeah. Not executed well there, Nick Parata.
I think he acknowledges that too, Brad. He realises he could have done a bit better with that ball. It's just created a turnover.
And there's Granger Church. He's got Denham Clark there on the ball. He'll feed Jerry Hedawini in the midfield and linking up with Tuterangi Rahurui. Those two never too far apart.
Yep.
And the free hit, walk off it, pull Rangitoira onto the ball.
Billy Muscomin doing well on defence. I see Aaron Barnsdale out there as well.
Yeah, never far from this team. It's always good to see him. Vance Harvey will step onto the ball for Wairiki Kōwhai. He'll use Granger Church there. And Church just not able to get that one away clean. A bit scrappy down there, and Waikato Maniapoto will come away with the free hit. And there's Barnsdale on the ball there.
Dylan Thomas taking control in the middle.
A bit of skill there, just gets to try to get around Tingarangi Tauira, not an easy thing to do. And they'll roll it back for Nōpera Hohepa. He'll be playing against a lot of his school teammates here. He's obviously he's the captain at Te Kuro Ruamata this year.
Special mention to them, Brad, while we got about Ruamata, gaining entry into ranking.
Yeah, won their tournament this year down in Christchurch.
Yeah.
Alright, is Wairiki Kōwhai still with ball around the half. They've certainly been the ones more dominant in this first quarter, but nothing to show for it on the scoreboard just yet. It's just not happening for them in front of the goal.
Pressure coming from Scotty Barnett. Yep, Wairiki not finding it easy getting it through. Turnover, Dylan Thomas has got the ball.
And here they come, Waikato Maniapoto. There's a good bit of speed there from both players. In fact, that's Kalan Mason chasing for Wairiki and Gregan Maui. And Gregan does perfectly well in defence there. Tell you what, between Gregan Maui and Kalan, there's not going to be too many people that can run around those two. Denham Clark going long out of the back again.
Great ball.
Te Oronga Hohepa up there, unable to bring that one in. So we've got Nōpera playing for Waikato and Te Oranga playing for Wairiki. Western Cherie won't know who they're cheering for.
Well, Dylan threw that ball pretty much 3/4 of the pitch. Great ball.
Yeah, Wairiki just happy to sit in their shape here. Now they'll put the crunch on the sidelines. Waikato Maniapoto just working forward, trying to find some teammates. He's done well there.
Waikato attacking at the moment, putting a bit of pressure on Waiariki.
Good to see how the defensive group stands up here for Waiariki. Good experience at the back here. Touch there, Scotty Barnett unable to pull that one in. So Denham Clark will just roll forward onto the ball here again for Waiariki. So Granger, Tingarangi Tauira. Trying to link up with Matariki Bennett up there. And out come Waikato Maniapoto. Only as far as Kalan. Transfer there, Vance Harvey just looking for something. They're sliding well, Waikato Maniapoto, and forced to roll the ball back out. It's Granger, Church, Tingarangi Tauira. Picked up well in the midfield there by Dylan Thomas.
Yeah, Dylan is orchestrating the defence well for Waikato, making it really difficult for Waiariki to get through, and hence a number of early turnovers.
Yeah, he and Steve Atkinson, two of the better defensive midfielders going around at this tournament. He's a real organiser, communicates well, gets on a hotline and cleans up.
Yeah. Yeah, it was great to see Steve back at the tournament. Yeah, playing for Takitimu.
We count down into the final 5 minutes of this first quarter. Scores still remain at 0-0 the way they started. No team either to make their way past either of the goalkeepers out here so far. Waiariki certainly with the share of possession, but nothing that goes past the goal there as that one flies past Tioranga Hohepa. The ball through from Denham Clark. Could have spelled trouble if they'd got onto it. But nothing there. Waikato Maniapoto trying to work out, but that overhead is not going to be taken in.
Maybe forced it a little bit then, Brett. I believe Denham, nobody actually came out wanting the ball. Yeah, maybe a little bit more patience is required. Wait until they got a target and then let it fly.
Yeah, it'll keep coming for both these teams. It's the fourth game in 3 days, and that is Tioranga Hohepa. Yeah. What a goal, what a deflection.
Yeah.
That's going to look pretty on the replays. Fantastic work there, Waiariki Kōwhai. He didn't quite get onto the one earlier from Denham Clark, but that one through from Tingarangi Tauira is money. You'll see Tinga just step onto the sideline, hit here. Take it 5 metres and a little bit more than that. And that touch there by Tioranga Hohepa. Absolutely fantastic.
Yep, so that puts Waiariki one ahead, whānau, against Waikato Maniapoto. Yeah. Great little ball, as Brad's saying, from Tingarangi Tauira.
Yeah, that's goes from coach to player. Yeah, obviously Tinga, the coach of Te Kurakaupapa Māori Orua Mata, and Tioranga, one of the players in that side.
Right.
Yep. Here's Bevan Taylor on the ball. And he's only found Waikato Maniapoto in the middle of the field. They're coming forward here. Ball's going to thread through. And Granger Church unfortunately plays the ball onto his teammate's foot. Bevan Taylor there just inside the edge of the circle.
This could possibly be our first PC up this end, Brad. Be interesting to see what Waikato have got in mind.
Yeah, first set piece here for Waikato Maniapoto. The defensive unit, I know, for Waiariki will be strong. They've got Church and Clark there on the lines, and Mason and Bennett will get out quickly. Looks like Barnett on the second bracket and Parata on the first bracket for Waikato Maniapoto. Parata saved, and it's going to be another penalty corner there. Straight out at Nōpero Hohepa. There's a save there by Magavi Borrell. It'll be Waikato again. Parata.
Yeah.
Across the goal. They were looking there. Across the goal.
Trick breaker over by Waiariki. Questions are being asked.
Yeah.
Waiariki just wanting to get on with the game, may have overstepped the mark a little bit. But no, Te Hiraka chase either, Brad.
No Te Hiraka, no, not with us this weekend, unfortunately. Shout out, of course, to Te Hiraka, not able to make it down this weekend. Yeah, there's a couple of guys that we'd usually see out here in the Kowhai Kakahu of Waiariki. But alas, like I said, opens up some opportunity for some of these younger players to play in this storied Waiariki A team.
Yes.
And here they are, putting themselves in a position in the semi-final. Lovely touch pass out from Denham Clark there. We'll find, I believe that's Tristan Waka out there. Just Natana's young fella.
Yep, just losing a bit of control of the ball then. Created a turnover, but lucky to get it back at the moment.
And here is Waka. We'll just roll the ball back out to Denham Clark. And you'll see Granger Church there. Waiariki just trying to play that ball out of the last penalty corner quickly and get it going. Unfortunately had to bring it back because they had their heads up there. Waiariki, here's Denham Clark, will roll the ball out to Granger Church and just manipulate some shape here. And first to the ball is going to be Nick Parata. He'll try and link up there going forward, but that's too far out in front there for Carter Davies, and that will spell the end of our first quarter of action between Waikato Maniapoto A and Waiariki Kowhai. It's our Tāne semi-final number 2. The winner of this game will go on to play against Tāmaki A in tomorrow's grand final. First goal and first blood here to Waiariki, thanks to the field goal from Teoranga Hohepa late in the first quarter there. As we see some of the highlights from that first quarter, both teams with some opportunity here, and it was Waikato Maniapoto with the first opportunity, actually through Scotty Barnett. It just went sideways, and then Waiariki got into their work and started to create some opportunity here. Nothing coming until later in the quarter. See entry there, very nearly fell to Jury Hirawini and to Te Huatahi Edmonds. Denham Clark again, just looking at Te Oranga Hohepa there, but he missed the first one, wouldn't miss the second one, as we see this entry from Tingarangi Tauira. Te Oranga Hohepa there on the reverse stick. That's a lovely deflection and fantastic finish. And things nearly happened here for Waikato Maniapoto when they earned this penalty corner late in the quarter. Looking for an equaliser. They had Parata at the first bracket. First one well saved, but a little high off the goalkeeper, and the second one went to Parata again. And just goes across the goal there, unable to pick up his deflectors. So Waiariki will come into the second quarter here, up 1-0 over Waikato Maniapoto A. That's Waiariki Kowhai, Waikato Maniapoto A, fighting for the second spot in tomorrow's grand final, taking on Tāmaki A.
Both teams are showing a willingness, Brad, to try and create opportunities early, which has actually increased the momentum of the game. As you can imagine, it's typically fast-paced, but I suppose with their willingness to hurry things up, it's created a few turnovers that they probably could have done without. But yes, still early days yet. Waikato already on the attack.
Yeah, it was Scotty Barnett just forcing his way through a few tackles there. And of course for Waikato Maniapoto A, and that one unable to be taken in there by Tristan Waka. Yeah, both teams, when they get going and when they get rolling forward, have a ton of pace and a ton of skill going forward. It's just making sure that that's paired with efficiency and making sure that they're working well together. Because things can get strung out pretty quickly here as Waikato Maneopoto just pull the ball in. Now roll the ball out to the sideline here. Here's Hoiti Matainatai for Waiariki Kōwhai, rolls the ball back to Clark. Clark gets on the outside and just turns in. Good solid work there by Granger Church at the back. Not an easy one to take in, but he does so. Tristan Waka will link up with Tutarangi Rahuruhi. And Matariki Bennett.
Oh.
And it's penalty corner there for Waiariki Kōwhai. Fantastic build-up of play there. Started by Granger Church and Tristan Waka out here on the left-hand side of the field. Ends up finding the stick of Matariki Bennett going into the circle. This is Rahuruhi. There's Matariki Bennett there. Yeah, there's the penalty corner.
I think the infringement helped his cause, hence the PC. But he was in an ideal position. He could have, it could have been ideally 2-0 to Waiariki now.
Yeah, we're going to set up here. It looks like Denham Clark on the first bracket and Tuterangi Rahuruhi on the second bracket. Switch there. Denham Clark, a noted flicker off the second, but that's not straight. And that's not how they drew it up there, Waiariki. Denham Clark, probably one of the best drag flickers at the tournament here. Just not able to get that one clean. He, of course, just 2 years ago, sent the game to a penalty shootout in that massive final in Hamilton. It was the Denham Clark drag flick at the final whistle to send the game to a penalty shootout against Tamaki, which Tamaki went on to win. But a very good drag flicker when he gets them away, Denham Clark. There's Waikato Maneopoto just happy to sit in that half-court press at the moment.
That's a good ball.
There's a breaching ball through to Juri Hedawini, and he gets on the outside. Hedawini looking. And well taken under there by Waikato Maneopoto. They've got a couple of numbers going forward. We're off the strong contest. We hear the sideline commentary from Tingarangi Tauira there. He's spurring on his team and maybe the team in pink as well. Here's Dylan Thomas for Waikato Maneopoto. And intercepted well there by Vance Harvey for Waiariki Kōwhai. And he goes again, Vance Harvey. And that's going to come down to Tuterangi Rahuruhi. And Harvey will get it back.
Very able young player, Vance Harvey, Brad. He's, along with Hoite Mitaingatai in the front, well up the middle, creating quite a solid platform.
He's incredibly talented, is Vance Harvey. He come through the Midlands program in the last few years. I was fortunate enough to coach him at Midlands under-18s, and man, he's a talent and a half. Vance is, so awesome to see him down here representing Waiariki again.
Yeah. Waiariki seem to be making more use of the ball than Waikato. Waikato sort of not quite there yet. And with the turnovers they're generating, it's not sort of helping their cause. Consequently, a lot of the games being played down in the Waikato end.
Yeah, Waiariki looking the more dominant for sure at the moment. Only 1-0 on the scoreboard, but where the game's being played and how it's being played, they certainly have the ascendancy.
Yeah, they're building a bit of pressure, and hopefully, Waikato just need to adjust to how they go about their business. Maybe pushing things when they shouldn't, when a bit more patience might be better.
Yeah, it's all about being able to build pressure, build momentum, and that doesn't come if you don't have the ball. So need to find periods of possession there. And here may come an opportunity for Waikato, but no. Caught out there by Granger Church. He'll roll the ball back out to Denham Clark, who's positioned well. There's Vance Harvey again in the midfield. And Gregan Maui finds himself at the back for Waiariki Kōwhai. Granger Church and Gregan Maui. And here's Tristan Waka. He'll set up the play there with Hoiti Mitai Ngātai. They'll earn the free hit out there for Waiariki Kōwhai. Midway through the second quarter here, it's the Tāne semi-final number 2. Our first semi-final finished up a little while ago now. Tāmaki Makaurau A winning that one 4-0 over Taki Timu A. So this game out here will decide who plays Tāmaki Makaurau in tomorrow's gold medal match. Don't forget, coming up shortly we will have the 2 Wahine semi-finals coming to you live this afternoon. They're going to be big games as well as teams fight for the gold medal match coming up tomorrow.
Both Tāmaki Makaurau men and women's, Brad, being the champions of the last tournament, and they won't want to relinquish that position too easily. And as we've just seen, Tāmaki Makaurau men have made it back into the final for tomorrow, disposing of Taki Timu 4-0.
Yeah, it was a strong performance by Tāmaki in the first men's semi-final. And so they've booked their spot to defend their championship, and the Tāmaki women will have the opportunity again this afternoon to do the same. There's a good tackle there. Waikato Maniapoto working out. It's only going to get as far as halfway though, and it will be Waikato Maniapoto ball.
Tāmaki have done it too, dare I say, without one of their mainstays over the last decade or so, David Kusuv. Unfortunately couldn't make it to the tournament. Commiserations to David. He's got whānau issues at the moment, so yeah. But however, it's given an opportunity to some of the younger guys to come through, and yep, I'm sure David will be delighted to hear that the boys have made it back into another final.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the legends of Māori hockey. And of course, also not with us this weekend, and I'm sure watching from somewhere is Bevan Hari. Again, one of those I'm sure that would wish to be here. But I'm sure we'll be watching the stream back in Tauranga, where he is at the moment.
Waikato attacking quite heavily.
On the ball in there, just too dangerous on the entry for Waikato Maniapoto. Fortunate for Waiariki, because it did fall onto the foot there of Denham Clark in the end, but won't be the penalty corner. Waikato Maniapoto happy just to have dropped out to a little bit of a three-quarter here, trying to put pressure on the sides, and there it is, Tristan Waka. He's done well enough just to keep the ball there.
Yeah, might be just trying to do a little bit too much, I think, Brad, you know. Trap and pass might be better for a young guy like him. You know, the defence that's around him is pretty strong, so you wouldn't want to dilly-dally for too long. Otherwise you get the ball taken off him. And
there's Vance Harvey, puts the turn and burn on. He's got ball going forward, doesn't get through Aaron Barnsdale, and that one doesn't get through Denham Clark. He's got Gregan Maui. Gregan Maui with some pace. He's got Kalan Mason. There is Mason with the touch pass in, but Dylan Thomas cleans up at the back there for Waikato Maniapoto. Waiariki Kōwhai will get the ball again from the sideline. It is here with Denham Clark. That's got Bevan Taylor. That's taken down well by Vance Harvey. Not sure how he got that one.
Loose pass by Harvey, cleaned up by Denham Clark.
Yeah, Haita Taylor just ran a little bit of an obstruction there to help Denham clean that one up. So Waikato Maniapoto will get the ball. We've got numbers forward here, Waikato Maniapoto. They want to string some passes together Try and release these strikers and give them an opportunity to put some pressure on the goal of Waiariki Kōwhai. And here's the overhead. And it's going to come down there for Bevan Taylor. He stands his ground and wins the free hit. Nōpera Hōhepa does well there in the middle of the field for Waikato Maniapoto.
Yeah, very mature for such a young fella there, Brad. Nōpera.
Yeah, and he's played for a few teams over the last few years. I had the pleasure of playing with him for Tai Tokerau when we were in Gisborne. And then, of course, he's played for Waiariki when it was in Hamilton, and now out there for Waikato Maniapoto this year down here in Whakatū, Nelson. You'll be getting a collection of jerseys, I think, Uncle.
Well, that's what whakapapa allows you to do, Brad.
yeah, good to see him playing. Good to see him out here, absolutely. Oh, and here's a bit of trouble for Gregan Maui, but he's going to put the burners on Scott Barnett. No one's catching Gregan. See you later. He's going again.
I see Scotty conceded early then.
Yeah, he knew.
Looking after that knee.
Yep, he knew. There's no chasing Gregan Maui, even with a good knee. And Denham Clark cleans up well there in the midfield for Waiariki, earns the free hit, and they'll come forward. Gregan Maui again. No one's going to be picked off there. Strong challenge there by Vance Harvey. Give away the free hit and they'll walk off it.
Oh.
It was a good little challenge there from school teammates.
Yep.
Alan Mason gets the better of him that time. Oh, but gives it straight back.
Mm-hmm.
And here is Timanawanui McPherson for Waikato Maniapoto. And he can't get the pass through. And Jerry Hedawini just unable to pull that one in. It's getting a little bit table tennis here. Matua back and forth between both teams.
You know, these young boys, Brad, Hōhepa and others, you know, it's pressure situations like this. You know, they may falter a little bit, but at the end of the day, they'll come up a hell of a lot better for it in time to come. Yeah,
absolutely. This is how they grow, and this is the joy of Māori Hockey Tournament. These young guys here still at school being able to play with the likes of Tenga and Denham and Dylan Thomas for some of these guys on the Waikato team, Scotty. Have the opportunity to play at this level in pressure situations, semi-finals, finals.
That's right.
It's massive for them.
Yeah, you know, sometimes semi-final games are better than finals. And for those young boys to be part of this is great for their development.
Yeah, absolutely. Because in 10 years' time, they will be the Tenga and Denham and Scotty and Dylan on the field. So as we continue to grow, and here is Te Oranga Hōhepa here. You can't make it past Dylan Thomas, but they may get it back here. Waiariki Kōwhai.
Oh, that's right. You know, like in that the previous semi-final, a lot of those young boys in the Taki Timu team.
Scotty Barnett working on Denham Clark. Scotty's got him. Scotty's got Granger as well. No, he does not. Granger Church defend as well. Yeah. Denham Clark on the big shift down into the corner to try and pick the ball up. Denham Clark just calls for the ball, gets it back out there. And tees up the reverse. Finds Jerry Hedawini's foot. And as the clock will wind down the last few seconds in this one. That's the end of the second quarter, the end of our first half here between Waikato Maniapoto A and Waiariki Kōwhai. It is the Tāne semi-final number 2. Waiariki Kōwhai find themselves ahead 1-0 thanks to a field goal through Te Oranga Hōhepa in that first quarter.
As I was saying, Scotty, a lot of those young boys that play for Taki Timu are from Hastings Boys High, who, you know, in the last few years have been representing Hawke's Bay at the Rankin Cup. You know, all still relatively young, and like these young boys that are playing here today for Waiariki, you know, being in these situations can only all go well for their future. Even though they may have gone down heavily to Tamaki this afternoon, the experience that they would have gained from that particular pressure cooked game will stand them in good stead for the future.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's an advantage here, Waiariki Kōwhai, for most of this first half, as we see some of the highlights here from the first 2 quarters. A couple of probing balls here by Denham Clark very nearly became an opportunity for Waiariki Kōwhai. You see this one in particular, he's eyeing up Te Oranga Hohepa there on the spot. Just unable to tip that one in, but he will find the next one from Tingarangi Tauira. They go the same option here. Ball in, and that's the near side deflection. Te Oranga Hohepa.
Both occasions, Hohepa was really positioned exceedingly well. It could have been 2.
Yeah, and this was Waikato Maniapoto's couple of opportunities through the penalty corner. This first one saved well, but awarded a second one in the second penalty corner. Yeah, they just opt for a variation, going for a slide right, and don't pick up the slide there, unfortunately. And this is a lovely build-up play here. Rahurahi Matariki Bennett just taken down there by Thomas and McPherson. But this one wasn't pretty for Waiariki Kōwhai, not what they would have wanted off the penalty corner. Drew Hedawini looking to link up there with his teammates, unable to find them. Waikato Maniapoto did a good job in their scramble defence, led by Dylan Thomas at the back there and Aaron Barnsdale. Just doing enough to make sure that Waiariki weren't able to double their lead in that quarter.
Still a lot of hockey to go, Brad. I do think though Waikato may need to sort of step up a little bit. A few too many turnovers, whereas Waiariki do have ascendancy at the moment, seem to be using the ball a little bit better. It'll be interesting to see how the game starts off after half time. But without a word of a lie, Waikato will need to score first. At the risk of Waiariki scoring, it'll just lift their tails and be hard to come back.
Yeah, absolutely. The next goal obviously becomes a big player in this game. If Waikato Maniapoto can even up quickly, that'll really excite things. And if Waiariki Kōwhai can push ahead one more goal, they'll be able to just play with a little bit more composure. But while we're looking out at the crowd here at Nelson Hockey Centre, Saxton Park here in Whakatū, Nelson, from New Zealand Māori Hockey Tournament, there's the Tāmaki boys enjoying the sun. Looking like not many of them get much sun there, Matua. New scenery for them out in the sun. There's the Aotea team as well. Te Wai organising up the back there. But we'll take a quick minute to mention the fantastic sponsors of this weekend's event. Obviously One Foundation, who do a lot of work in supporting events and live stream and broadcasting these events around our motu. And the tournament sponsors, of course, we couldn't run the tournament without our host, Rohe Te Waipounamu Haupoi Māori, New Zealand Māori Hockey and the Kaunihera, Rangiora Kaiapoi Eye Care, Sporting Edge, Nelson Hockey Association, Onyx Sportswear, Planet Hockey, OPSM Rangiora, Go Hockey, MTEL Intelligent Solutions, Fuse Merchandise Agency, Just Hockey, Kiwi Kai, SMR Signs, and Ambro Built. Of course, this broadcast brought to you thanks to Local Gecko Productions. We love being here at New Zealand Māori Hockey Tournament every year.
Special mention too, Brett, to the organising committee from Te Waipounamu here. It has been a few years since we've been back in the South Island, so look at the weather as well. That's just exemplary at the moment. And here we go with the start of the second half.
Yeah.
Waiariki with the ball.
Back into it straight away, Waiariki. It was Matariki Bennett there. And Denham Clark just getting some pressure put on him by Scotty Barnett. That's a good battle that we'll see up the front there for Waikato Maniapoto. I'm sure, and it's Keelan Stafford with the ball, and Jaden Fredrickson here for Waikato Maniapoto. And it's Ryan McConnell at the back there for Waikato Maniapoto, Phil's son.
Just additional to that too, Barry, it's great to see that both teams, Waikato and Waiariki, have brought an extra B team with them. As such a, for development processes alone. And it's great to see that we've gone away from the traditional 16 teams. I think there's 22 here this year. We have been up as far as up 24 and 26, particularly up in Auckland. So there's just talent to burn.
Oh, it's fantastic. I mean, I know getting in and out of Nelson can be difficult. We saw that with the Tairāwhiti woman getting stuck in Wellington on Friday. But so good to see Rohe bringing two teams where they can here, all the way down to Te Waipounamu. It's fantastic to have these teams here, and it just shows the depth. You can see both teams there with two goalkeepers, fully kitted out benches. This means the hockey can be played at a faster level, more subs there.
Oh, and a number of these players that are in the B team, they wouldn't do a bad job in the A teams as well. So this is just talent come out of the woodwork that we never used to see until we decided to sort of up the ante and allow Arohis to bring more than just the traditional one men's team, one women's team.
Yeah, and it's hosting bigger tournaments, getting things a little bit more sorted, even being able to broadcast it just makes more people aware that this tournament happens.
Yep.
Some may not have even known, and here they are now out here as Tuterangi Rahiruhi tries to break through McConnell, and he'll get the free hit here. Rahiruhi just checking his options moving forward. And the ball will fall there to Matariki Bennett. And there we go, Bennett finds Clark. Here we go, Tristan Waka. Great defensive work come across there for Waikato Maniapoto. There's Lucas Buchan there, and that's Hoiti Mitai Ngātai just taking on Dylan Thomas. That's an eye-watering battle out there, those two.
Yes, both players have been around for a while. I suppose Hoiti leads the race on that one, though. He's been around forever. But yeah, always great calibre hockey from both of them.
Yeah, and here's Vance Harvey gets the ball back underway for Waiariki Kōwhai. He's got Hoiti Mitai Ngātai in the middle of the field, and one thing Denham Clark turns inside. Matariki Bennett, you'll get through the first one, win the free hit for the second one. One thing I have just noticed here, Matuakahu Dylan Thomas has just pushed himself a little further forward up the field, trying to put a bit more pressure on for Waikato Maniapoto as they go searching for the equaliser.
Yeah, I did see that too. I was going to mention it earlier, but I thought, oh well, I might have got his positional change wrong, but no, he is. And if I was these Waikato guys, I'd be looking for him as a target. Get the ball to him as quickly as we can. Yeah,
just will support their attack. Like I said, they're going to need to score a goal here. So just look for him, depending on where they are up the field, just to push in and out of that defensive midfield to attacking midfield role.
Yep.
And it's starting to get louder here as the calls go either way. This is one of the spectacles of Māori hockey, is the pride and passion on the line. And they love it, and that's what we're here for. There's Stafford at the back. There is Dylan Thomas. He's sunk back into that more defensive spot now. And McConnell will link up with Parata. Parata going forward for Waikato Maniapoto. And they'll have the free hit here. It is Hohepa, Nopera Hohepa for Waikato Maniapoto. McConnell. And Fredrickson here. He's got Stafford in front of him, and he uses Stafford. Stafford's got two men coming, put pressure on him. Stafford will get the ball across the circle. It's going to beat everybody across the side there. A bit of a bouncing ball across from Keelan Stafford.
Probably the one time, and Dylan's probably kicking himself that he wasn't up there when that ball came across. He's right back here.
And there you can see him just creeping up a little bit further. There he is up to support that strike line. Dylan Thomas, you can see him in the picture now. That ball gets past him into Vance Harvey.
Tanger's had his break. He's back on. He'll create something from the back.
Here's Vance, Gregan Maui just trying to flip the ball past McConnell, but it doesn't happen for him.
Yeah, he's frustrated with himself. Bit of a loose pass. You know, and whilst I'm saying that, the turnovers aren't as regular as they were. We're seeing more ball play now.
Yeah, I'm sure both teams will have been instructed by their coaches and whānau in the dugout just to tidy things up a little bit. The turnovers and certainly double turnovers will be hurting.
Yep.
Here's Kalan Mason, Tuatahi Edmonds. We see the Wahine team start to arrive and warm up for their semi-finals coming up shortly. They're going to be two good games. And they'll earn the free hit there, Waikato Maniapoto. Gregan Maui just trying to get back there and cover defend. Gave away the free hit.
It must be warm out there, Brad. You know, this weather is lovely. In the pace of the game, you know, these guys are going to have to keep refueling themselves with water at every break.
Yeah, absolutely. If one thing I've learnt being around hockey turfs is you just need to look at the shirt colour change of Denham Clark to see if it's hot out there. There's one drenched. So, yeah, it's warm.
That's
it's
right,
warm.
look at him, yeah. Yeah.
Here's Waikato Maniapoto. Ball around the back. It's Aaron Barnsdale. Just going to have to chase that one down. Waiariki Kōwhai happy to sit and just in front of half court there. Let the game come to them a little bit. Dylan Thomas just surveying going forward and it's not there, so McConnell will roll the ball out. And here comes Tuatahi Edmonds trying to put a bit of pressure on. And the ball through to Nick Parata is a nice one. That next ball gets past Denham Clark but beats everybody. Waikato Maniapoto will have it again. Nick Parata on the ball. Parata will link up with Stafford there. Keelan Stafford for Waikato Maniapoto. And they'll roll back out through Dylan Thomas. And McConnell out there again. Ryan McConnell. Rolls the ball back out to Aaron Barnsdale. He's got plenty of time. Still just the 1-0 scoreline here to Waiariki Kōwhai. They were ahead at the moment, but not by a huge amount.
That's a good tussle. Dylan Thomas and Rahuruhi.
Yeah, Titirangi there, good to see. This one we haven't made mention of, you know, jury's out there, but Connor Hirawini.
I was going to say earlier, he's recently gotten married and had a pepe and etc. and, you know, settling down. We may see him back at some stage, but yeah, he's been off the radar for a couple of years now.
Yeah, he came back and played his club hockey this year for Aces.
Right.
It's good to see him back out on the field. And like you say, baby on the way.
Yep. All good quality players and good servants of Māori hockey, Brad.
Yep. Here we go, is Granger Church. He's got Vance Harvey. Vance Harvey going to take on Nōpira Hohepa. And Nōpira cleans him up well there. Ryan McConnell trying to go over, but Denham Clark not able to pull that one in.
Well, I think you've had a formidable front line with Connor, Jury and Tutarangi. They've scored many goals. And, but, you know, like the likes of Hutahi has stepped up and doing really well.
Yeah, and speaking of really well done, there is Aaron Barnsdale in the middle of the circle for Waikato Maniapoto, having to do some work out there. To Tuatahi Edmonds, not one I'd want to be chasing all game. He's got the socks down for speed, does Hua. Here they are, Waiariki just trying to build things up. Oh, Denham Clark. Yikes.
Just Scotty, you might pull a hamstring, boy.
Scotty's going to have 2 busted knees after that one. He had to get him back to Denham after Scotty stripped him earlier in the quarter. There's the battle there, 1-1 between those two. All right, and Ranger Church unable to pull that one down. Scotty and Tenga getting into it now. That's 2 that I'm sure will be having a good conversation at that end of the field. Oh, Oh, and the big reach tackle there, no good from Vance Harvey. Didn't think it was as bad as it sounded, but the sound wasn't pretty, and that one's going to be a penalty corner for Waikato Maniapoto as we just see the replay here. It's just that reaching tackle there. Did get a bit of ball, but the sound not great. And the umpire down there a lot closer to it than we were, so penalty corner is the call.
You know, no slight on either Scotty or Tenga, Brad. You know, they've had tussles for many years, and you know, to see them out there at the moment, you know, showing no deficiencies at all in their play is awesome. Just their love for the game. All the umpire got in the right there.
Talked about the fastest man on a hockey field, Gregan Maui. He got out there to the top of that penalty corner, I think quicker than the ball did. Ran it away, and it's the ball on release just hit the back of the umpire's foot there, unfortunately. As they tried to break out Waiariki Kōwhai, it was exciting. I saw Gregan Maui and Kalan Mason on the same side of the field and thought there was going to be a foot race. Here's Granger Church just settling things down at the back with Denham Clark.
Yeah, that's a formidable back line. The Denham, Granger and Tega on the other side.
Yeah, and there's the pace of Gregan Maui tying with all of that. Te Oranga Hohepa's not going to pull that one in up the front, and he'll earn himself a rest.
Well, why wouldn't you want to put most of the senior players at the back? Hey, to set that solid defence foundation and get these young fellas up the front to do all the running around. They got the potential, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's it. Aaron Barnes still here. He'll just walk the ball forward. And Jaden Fredrickson there for Waikato Maniapoto. Fredrickson's got McPherson in front of him and Dylan Thomas in the midfield. It's an uncharacteristic turnover there by Dylan Thomas. Relatively no pressure on him. And Vance Harvey work forward. He turns outside. He'll go outside one more time. Bang, bang, Vance Harvey. Good save. Great there save. In goal.
Yeah. Great save.
Vance Harvey, who needs a haircut. It's a great shot at goal. Good shot, but great save there by Flynn Krofsky in goal for Waikato Maniapoto.
Yeah, no, it was well set up, Brad, and Waikato's defence was sort of not torn to ribbons, but yeah, they were finding it hard to cope.
Yeah, and here's Tingarangi Tauira just working his way down into the corner. They've sent two to look after him. They're going to need them. Just can't bring it under control as Te Otahi Edmonds there.
Cutting all head, still thinking, to try and get an advantage.
Yep. Tingarangi Tauira, he won't take a step backwards. He'll announce his retirement from this team and then come back again. As he always does, can't stay away. No, great servant and great role model there for Waiariki hockey and Māori hockey.
Take it to a quarter, Brett.
And here we go, it's Waiariki Kōwhai. It's Hayata Taylor. Been relatively quiet this game so far. Hayata making his presence felt there as Juri Hedawini. He'll roll the ball back out to Denham Clark. Kalan Mason there. Clark with the big transfer. Tingarangi Tauira has Te Otahi Edmonds, his nephew there. Oh, and Vance Harvey there, unable to pull that one in on the T-bar. And they've just turned the pressure up a little bit here, Waiariki. Trying to search for that second goal. And we just close into the final part of this third quarter. Just under 30 seconds to go. Big transfer for Waikato Maniapoto. McPherson needs to get the ball in towards the circle. But that is Vance Harvey back there cleaning up. He does so well. Vance Harvey, he'll just walk the ball out towards the sideline, and Denham Clark will throw the ball ahead. Probably not too aware of what the scoreboard was saying, but that'll run out the third quarter. No change to the halftime score. We remain 1-0 to Waiariki Kōwhai, thanks to the first quarter goal to Te Oranga Hohepa.
You know, hits off to Waikato, Brad. Waiariki seem to be rolling subs endlessly. Waikato may not have the same same opportunities to do that, or luxury too, in terms of young, fresh legs. But they've held in there. It's only 1-0. My goodness, it's going to be a great finale to this game.
Yeah, they've defended well here, and it's these first 5 minutes in this next quarter are going to be huge. Both teams will really be trying to push for, as mentioned earlier, either the equaliser for Waikato or to double the lead for Waiariki Kōwhai. So expect the first few minutes here for each team to throw their first punch, and then if the score remains the same, certainly the last 5 minutes is going to be frantic.
Yes.
And we saw a game earlier this morning, Matua, the first game, Taitokoro against Aotea, and Aotea looked to have it in the bag at 2-0, and it only took a couple of opportunities in that last quarter for goals to happen, so neither team certainly out of this game. Still 15 minutes to play here, and opportunities will come for both teams.
Well, like commiserations to Aotea. At 2-0, they looked pretty good, but then Taitokoro came back, and after the game they sat in front where I was, and I couldn't help but going to congratulate them. Coming back 2 down to win by 3-2, that was a great effort, and they were more than happy with their performance.
Yep, and that's the flair that is Māori hockey. Goals can happen so quickly. We've seen it time and time about at this tournament, at the Heritage Hockey when our teams get going there, just how exciting our players are and the flair that they have. Hey, nobody is out of a game.
Oh, that's why I take my hat off to the likes of Tenga and Aaron Barnsdale and a few others, of senior citizenship. The pace of the game is horrendous these days, but they're still keeping up.
Yep. Both those players are incredibly intelligent in the way that they play. They know when to run. I think not so. They don't have to chase everything.
Yep.
They just know the important times. And speaking of, here is Tingarangi Tauira just flipping the ball around in the midfield. And equally Aaron Barnsdale sending it back again. And that ball trying to go long there to Scotty Barnett, but that'll be picked up by Denham Clark. And here is Waiariki Kōwhai. It's Hoitimatai Ngātai will play the ball forward there. Just unable to be pulled in, unfortunately there. Oh, Palmer trying to link up there with Rangitoira and with Hirawini, neither of them able to pull it in.
Oh, unselfish play. Tenga trying to set up a triangle.
And here's Aaron Barnes still on the ball for Waikato Maniapoto. It's going to go long, and it's going to be picked up there by Nōpera Hohepa. And he rolls the ball back out, and it's Parata. Got ball at the front there, Waikato Maniapoto. Tingarangi Tauira going to have to defend, and defends well there. What a tackle. Tingarangi Tauira, he's back there with Hoitimatai Ngātai. That's Matariki Bennett. He's under a bit of a challenge there, and he'll win the free hit. Well done. And Tinga will walk his way onto the ball. And they say you can't teach old dog new tricks, but there's the overhead from Tingarangi Tauira.
Not a bad effort too.
Yeah, got over somebody. Here's Vance Harvey who worked the ball out to Te Rangi Rahuruhi. Just touched in there. Of course, is Billy Muskimin making a nuisance in there. There's a lot of work, does Billy Muskimin for this Waikato Maniapoto team. He's gone off and allowed Dylan Thomas to get back on the field. As Hayata Taylor links up, Bevan Taylor links up there with Hoitimatai Ngātai. Granger Church out the back for Waiariki Kōwhai. And Tristan Walker's back on the field here.
Waiariki looking at being a bit more in control of what they're doing. Maybe even slowing the pace of the game down and setting themselves up.
Rahuruhi will try and take on Parata.
Parata and Dylan Thomas right there.
Yeah, gives us a little smile, does Tutarangi Rahuruhi there. Trying to use the shoulders to get through as well. It's looking good out there, Tutarangi Rahuruhi. Here's Vance Harvey on the ball. He'll link up. They've done well. Matariki Bennett here. Great tackle there by Te Manawanui McPherson. Dylan Thomas coming back in cover. Aaron Barnes still going to take it quickly out of his own defensive end.
Yeah, Dylan giving Bennett a friendly pat on the back. Hey, no banter included, but yeah, just encouraging the young fella.
And here's Denham Clark will come onto the ball here for Waiariki. Touched by Dylan Thomas, but they'll keep the ball. Waiariki Kōwhai. Still a few people here watching Tāne semi-final number 2. See the Tāmaki team still over there. They'll be eagerly watching whoever they're due to play tomorrow in the grand final.
Yeah, no doubt. Brad, they'll be interested to see who's the opponent for tomorrow.
Yeah, both teams still well in this hunt here. It's only 1-0 to Waiariki Kōwhai.
And as we've seen earlier today, that can change instantly. It only takes a few seconds for the ball to travel from one end to the next, and that can change the picture of things so dramatically.
And there's Matariki Bennett in the midfield for Waiariki Kōwhai. Just dumps the ball back out to Denham Clark and Granger Church, who have been in control for so much of this game at the back for Waiariki. And that ball's not going to make its way any further than Nick Parata for Waikato Maniapoto. Oh, and a special little shout out as we see him go past. Luka Hirawini. As Emma takes some past there, and he's watching Dad out there play for Waiariki.
Well, it's interesting to see, and great to see too, Brad, all the whānau that have travelled down from north with the tamariki, with Kaumātua even. Yeah, it truly still remains, a whānau environment.
Yeah, absolutely. And here, as I mentioned, it's Jury's young son out there, Luca, who's just being carried around by Mum Emma around to the other side of the field to watch the game. Jury not on the field at the moment, but he'll be back in the action soon. And there's Aaron Barnes still getting down nice and low.
The old dog showing younger ones a few tricks.
Yep, there he is again, Aaron Barnes still.
Great ball.
It's going to fall there to Nick Parata. Nick Parata will have the circle entry on the reverse.
Ooh.
And the shot, but it's wide there of the goal.
Yeah.
Nick Parata trying to turn nothing into something.
Yeah, had that gone in, Aaron would have been elated.
Yeah. He would have called the assist. As we see Uncle walking past us, the Aotea Wahine team getting ready for their match coming up shortly. Big game for them. We'll be bringing you the Wahine semi-finals coming up a little bit later this afternoon. And of course, Matua, you'll be looking forward to tonight's Pōwhakangaho.
Always, Brad. I think it's one of the highlights of the tournament, where everybody is able to show off their talents in terms of the cultural aspect of our tournament, and also definitely the announcement of our under 21 squads. Yeah, and pretty much welcome everybody back sincerely, particularly because of the adverse effects that COVID have had over the last couple of years. Everybody's missed everybody's whanaungatanga,
Yeah, one thing that's been awesome to see over the last few tournaments, I know we haven't had one for a couple of years, but and following the leads of the likes of Waiariki, who are always so strong, Tairāwhiti often as well, is these rohe that perhaps haven't been so keen at the cultural side of things, really putting in the effort and putting in the work to have good performance and make sure that they follow through with their cultural items each year.
Yeah, well, it's not about trying to emulate what other people do. It's just trying to do what you do now. You do it in the best way possible. Yeah, so it'd be great to see what's on show tonight. Looking really forward to it.
Yeah, and just mention that to new incoming Junior Wahine and Junior Tāne coaches will be announcing their squads and selections from this year's tournament. Exciting to see Courtney Phillips from Taitokoro and David Hayes from Tamaki Makoto taking over the junior programs for for the upcoming couple of years. So it'd be awesome to welcome them in as well.
Yeah, you know, and like everything, in particular, say for instance the running of this tournament, it's given them the opportunity to the hosts to experience running a tournament. You know, they'll be a lot better for it after the tournament, and then so be it with the new coaches as well, giving somebody else an opportunity to you know, brushing up their heels in the coaching strategies and so on, and it's really good. I never thought David would put his hand forward, but you know, with a guy with the wealth of knowledge that he's got, yeah, those young boys under his tutelage will just learn so much. It's the same with Courtney as well. You know, she's been around Māori hockey for a number of years now, and it's just great to see that she's put her hand up to I suppose, give back at that level. So, no.
Yeah,
no haramai korua.
And a big change here for the final 6 minutes of the game here. Waikato Maniapoto have opted to take the goalkeeper off, giving them an extra field player, so they'll play 11 field players in the hope to gain the numerical advantage going forward and create the goal scoring opportunity that they need here in this game.
Big call, Brad.
It
Big
is.
Call.
It is, and I've seen it go both ways. You know, teams take it off and then struggle to defend, or they take it off and that number does help. And here is an opportunity, Scotty Barnett. That one whistles across the front of the goal there, Scotty B.
Yeah, you know, just on past performance, who else better would you like in there than Scotty?
Yeah. Yeah, and here they go to that right side again. This is McConnell, Ryan McConnell. He's going to pick up the foot there of Denham Clark, and Billy Muskimin will come forward here. And in fact, it is Billy Muskimin. And speaking of guys that look good topless, Jordan Thomas has just walked past. It's great to see him. Lucky Adams kept his on, but here we go here. It's getting hot now. Uncle, 4.5 minutes to go. Wairiki will win the free hit now. Just relieve a bit of pressure.
Yeah.
Waikato are throwing everything forward now, and they have to.
There is an advantage in having that extra field player, particularly you know, if you're able to stop the opposing team attack coming through. You've got an extra person to fit into the match. Whereas normally you would have a goalkeeper just sitting there waiting for the action to come.
Yeah, like I said, it certainly can. As long as it's being used well and effectively, that can be a big advantage. A few years ago in Hamilton, we had to try it against Tamaki.
Great ball.
Fortunately, it worked for us that year. But you see here, Waikato are just going to have to throw everything forward.
Yep.
Chasing the game now, 3.5 minutes to play. They've got the ball here. Aaron Barnsdale just outside the 25-yard line. And the touch into the circle. It's not going to be brought in by Waikato Maniapoto. And we'll see Wairiki just take their time walking back up to the free hit. Granger Church will step onto the ball. In fact, he'll roll it over to Denham Clark. Good idea in case they need to throw the ball out, and that one does not come off. Denham Clark, unfortunately, known to do that every now and then. Here they come, Waikato Maniapoto, the opportunity.
Turnover.
And it's over the goal. It's over the goal, unfortunate that one.
You know, the last couple of minutes, Waikato have been really pressurising hard. There's probably two opportunities gone amiss.
And here they are again with the ball, Waikato Maniapoto. They might only have 2 or 3 more opportunities if they can create them well here. Dylan Thomas in the middle of the field. That's not going to help, giving Tutirangi Rahuruhi the ball going forward. And he'll try and hang on to the ball for as long as possible. And Dylan Thomas has got him back there. And that's Ryan McConnell for Waikato Maniapoto. They're playing the ball forward here.
That's experience for you. Skill. Coming back on defence. Getting the ball. And getting through a couple of defenders. To pass the ball off safely. Now
Scotty Barnett trying to put a bit of a move on, but Cleaned up there. Waikato Maniapoto with another opportunity. Just under 2 minutes to play here. And they're going to have to chase that one. It's Keelan Stafford and Te Manawanui McPherson. Up as Te Oranga Hohepa's got up. And they've found Dylan Thomas on the other side of the field. He's in some space. Ryan McConnell there for Waikato Maniapoto. Billy Muskimin. And he can't bring the ball under control there, Billy.
Right to the bitter end, Brad. This game has been quite ferocious at times. The sheer pace of it, you can see why the likes of a number of them now, as you say, the tops have drastically changed colour.
Yeah, Denham Clark again, just not getting the purchase on that bomb, but this one's going to go straight into the stick of Waikato Maniapoto defender there. Aaron Barnes was going to throw it ahead, but no one up there for him.
Maybe a bit too far ahead.
And here we go. Wairiki Kōwhai, can they make it happen? Lovely infield passes, Gregan Maui. Gregan Maui trying to link up there with Hiruini and Ahuruhi.
Oh. Yeah.
Ryan McConnell in front of goal just shapes it up over his head. Dylan Thomas in contesting that shot from Tuturangi Ahuruhi. Wow, what a save in front of goal and good defensive work there by Waikato Maniapoto. Only a number of seconds left now, closing in under 20. Here, Matariki Bennett. He very nearly got there. That'll be enough. That will be enough for Wairiki Kōwhai. The handshakes have come out. The hooter sounds, and that is the end of our Tāne semi-final number 2. It's Wairiki Kōwhai booking their spot in tomorrow's final against Tāmaki Makaurau A, and it's going to be a hell of a final, one that's been played many a time. Matua, we see Wairiki take on Tāmaki again.
And it'll be a cliffhanger. It'll be a cliffhanger to the tournament. And thanks to Gecko for live streaming all these games. Because it'll be an awesome spectacle for the rest of the hockey community and the rest of the country to see Māori hockey at its best. But, commiserations to both Takitimu and Waikato this afternoon. It didn't go down without a fight.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be a big one tomorrow. It's Wairiki Kōwhai taking on Tāmaki Makaurau A for the men's gold medal match. And, of course, we will also see Waikato Maniapoto A take on Takitimu for the 3rd and 4th game tomorrow. Thank you for joining us on the stream here. Coming up shortly, we have Wahine semi-final number 1, and it is Tāmaki taking on Aotea. That'll be a big game coming up shortly. We'll see you on the next one. Thank you.
Ka kite no.